Good morning. This is Wayne, 1 Minute Motivation, Mr. 1 Minute Motivation. So today's thoughts are about limitations. See, we have to adequately define limitations because it can be an obstacle to success, an obstacle to really getting to the point where you realize that for certain things in your life, which don't come easy because you're not blessed or graced to do it, that it requires a little work. So because you're not blessed or graced to do something, that doesn't mean that there is a limitation. That means it requires extra work. I remember when I went back to school, I felt so overwhelmed that I even had a conversation with myself where I said, I probably don't belong here. But it wasn't that I had a real limitation. It just meant that I had to reacclimate myself to the things that I used to do, the things that I've done many years ago, and now I have to do it again. And writing at on a scholarly level, it can't sound like you're preaching, you can't sound like you're talking to your homeboy, so therefore my English vocabulary had to be expanded. That wasn't a real limitation. That means I had to work a little bit harder in that area. Now, today I don't have that limitation because I've spent the last 5 or 6 years working on my writing, working on my English. So I just want to talk to you real briefly about what are real limitations and what are things that require hard work. What's a real limitation? Something that you absolutely do not have the skill set to do. That can become a limitation. Or something that you do not have the passion to do. That can become a limitation. But just from my experience, and I'm here to encourage you this morning to really analyze the things that you may consider a limitation, and it may just be an obstacle, an obstruction, something that requires more time and more effort, but it's all there to better you as an individual, to help you with your success. Let me say this. If being successful was easy, every single person would be. Most are not willing to do the work. Most are not willing to analyze the limitations. Most don't have the courage that we talked about yesterday to do something that has never been done before in their lives or in their family. So this morning, I just want to encourage you to analyze the obstructions in your life and come to some kind of understanding whether it's something that you absolutely cannot do or something that requires a little bit more work, a little bit more effort, or something that you just may need the courage to say, hey, I've never done this before. This is something that I really want to do, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the first one in my family to graduate from college. First one in my family for my young folks to get a master's degree, a doctorate degree for my entrepreneurs. I have this idea that has never been tried before. I'm going to be the first one to try to implement it. So the limitation can be the unknown. The limitation can be the difficulty. The limitation can be you don't have the skill set, but majority of the time you can overcome them all. They're not real limitations. They require more effort. God bless y'all. Don't let nothing stop you from achieving the things you want to do. Remember, if you ain't fighting, you're losing. And number 2, if you've given up, you've lost already.